and welcome to You So Got This with Laura Klecker from Empower Every Day, here to bring the confidence out in you. So, of course, for you guys that listen to me on a regular basis, you know that I get crazy excited about my guest. My guest today is extremely talented, super smart, so beautiful, so creative. I cannot verbalize to you the amount of admiration I have for my guest today and how excited I am that she said yes to be here. But of course, as you know, you have to wait till after the break to meet all of my phenomenal guests, and she is going to be extremely phenomenal. Of course, as you know, we're going to have the confidence tip of the week for you today. So my confidence tip for today is focus. You heard me, I said focus. Now, during the day, I know I can hear you talking to me, at your computer saying, Laura, I've got a gazillion things to focus on every day. And now you're asking me to focus on like one thing, and I am. But let me explain to you what I mean. Are you focusing on what you can't do, what you just made a mistake on, how you think you're going to fail, how bad you are at something, or are you focusing on your potential? What good is within you to contribute to your career, your family, and your community? Are you focusing on the positives and the benefits that you provide to yourself and those around you? That's what I'm asking you to focus on. Because when you get caught up in these negative thoughts, and we all have them, believe me, I sort of had them this morning when I was like, oh my God, is it Monday morning already? If you focus on that, then it just becomes a way of your life, and you notice that not only is your confidence dropping, your motivation, your energy, your ability to achieve these things in life that you want. We want to boost that, bring it up, heighten it, get you to where you want to be, and just bring that greatness out in you. So I ask you to ask yourself every morning when you get up, every day at lunch, and every evening at dinner time, what am I focusing on? Am I focusing on what I can do, how I can be better every day, how I've been successful today, the ways that I've contributed to those around me? Or am I focusing on the bad things about myself that I feel may be true, but in reality aren't? So focus on you and how amazing you are and see how that feels. If only because it feels good, try it. So that's my confidence tip of the day is focus, focus, focus. Focus on the amazingness of you. So after the break, we're going to focus on the amazingness of my guest next to me. Why do we have to have a break? Why can't we just be like, she's here, she's amazing? Okay, but my producer's like, we have to have a break. I know. So we're going to focus on the positive that she's coming up next. All right, stay tuned.
So if you guys are ready to read humorous satiric blog, check out wheatishcomplexion.com. I am positive you're going to get a great laugh, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you.
This is Laura Klecker with Empower Every Day, bringing the oomph into your life and business. And I specialize in confidence. Whether you're looking to make a change in your life, whether you're just looking to get that boost, or whether you're sitting under the desk eating cookies and you want to bring yourself back out, I'm here to say, you so got this. So you can reach me at laura@empowereveryday.com. My website is empowereveryday.com. Or feel free to give me a call, 214-966-0715. Again, it's empowereveryday.com, laura@empowereveryday.com if you want to shoot me an email, or just drop me a line at 214-966-0715. Laura Klecker, Empower Every Day, bringing the oomph into your life, and I'm here to tell you, you so got this.
Hello, everybody, on Pegasus Netwaves Radio. Are you tired of establishment politics and partisanship? Take some time in your day and check out hippopolitics.com, your source for smarter, middle-of-the-road, anti-establishment type politics. hippopolitics.com, your source for smarter politics.
Hi, and welcome back to You So Got This. And of course, it's time for my amazing, super spectacular guest. So I have known my guest for quite a while now, but it's in the past year that I've really gotten to know her really gotten to be part of her life, and I'm so thankful for that because she is truly an inspiration to those around her. She's an inspiration to me. I'm always just blown away by what she does. I'm always like, oh, you're just, you guys know I get excited about this stuff because my guests are phenomenal. I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. So, without further ado, her name is Joan Keesey, and she's sitting right here next to me. So, Joan, I told them a little bit about just how I know you, how I met you through mutual friends, and we've gotten to be really good friends this year. So, I want you to let the guests know a little bit about you and who you are and what you are about.
Okay, well, hi, everybody. My name is Joan Keesey. I am a self-proclaimed wallflower. But I, in the last 3 years, started doing something called cosplay. It's costume play. The two words kind of come together. And I basically design costumes, make them myself, including armor, clothing, things like that, and then turn it into a costume. I do Wonder Woman, video game characters, anime characters, kind of a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. So. You guys, this is amazing because she says she's a self-proclaimed wallflower. Okay, I cannot talk today. When I first met her, she was like, I'm so shy and just sort of inhibited in a way, but it's amazing to see what you do with cosplay. I mean, I don't know if I have the courage to do cosplay, to be quite honest. This is phenomenal. So really, at the root of it, why cosplay? What is it for you that helps you sort of jump into that the way you do?
Well, for me, I feel like when I put on the costume that I can be somebody different and I can have that chance to be extroverted and to kind of just have the courage that I wish that I had when I'm just Joan Keesey. Interestingly enough, the last 3 years I've gained more courage, got a little bit more daring in what I actually create. As far as using thermoplastics and different types of mediums and what I create. And it's been interesting now because it started as something that I was almost ashamed of. I didn't really want to tell anybody that I did cosplay. It was one of those things I kept quiet about and didn't really talk too much about to anybody outside of my close friends that actually cosplayed with me. And in the past, I guess, year-ish, is when I really decided that it was okay to be me and people can like me, and now cosplay is part of my story. And I've actually even branched out further and gained even more confidence in something else that I love when I play games, and now I live stream as well on Twitch TV, so I actually play games for hundreds of people, and it's crazy.
Oh my gosh. And I hope you guys heard all of that. And in there she says it's okay to be me. And it is. It's okay to be you. And by taking those steps and saying that to herself, not only has she gotten involved with something she loves, but as she said, she's built more courage, more confidence. And now she's taking on even bigger steps in terms of doing more things that she loves with Twitch TV and playing video games. And so it just keeps perpetuating itself. It creates momentum because it's in you, right? So now, there's one thing you said. You said you were ashamed in the beginning. Why was that? What did you think would happen when you started doing this?
I honestly didn't know what people would think of me, especially since I'm just graduating and now I'm working on my MBA, which is slightly more prestigious than cosplay. So I didn't know what potential employers would think, things like that. They would see. I know that they usually search Facebook pages and things like that. And if I had that on my Facebook page, what would they think? So I created a separate Facebook page for my cosplay, and now I have more likes on that than I do friends on Facebook, which is insane to me. And I've actually started to build more confidence in that, and now I just kind of own it. Like, I feel like since I'm getting into marketing, that I can say, hey, I market myself, I get excited about it, this is what I do, this is who I am, and this is what I can do for your company. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I just gave her a high five. I know you guys can't see us, but you might have heard it. I just gave her one because she's owning it. And I cannot emphasize enough to my listeners, the people I work with. When I first met Joan, she would say, I'm so shy, I don't know if I can do this or that. And just to see the things she's doing and to hear her say she's owning it and to hear her and you're going to have that fear, you guys. You're going to worry. is this too weird? Is this too crazy? What are people going to think when I do this? And you know what? With all of that going on in her head, with all of this, self-proclaimed wallflower, she did it. And she's having amazing success with it. And if you heard her, she's also getting her MBA, you guys. I mean, she's getting her MBA because she's crazy smart. She is just busting out with cosplay because she's crazy creative. Now she's doing all these new things. I mean, just think about the potential that you have within you and what she's expressing to you and what she's saying, because this could be true for everyone.
It's true.
Right? Tell me a little bit about this new adventure you have, because I will say that my boyfriend does watch. I didn't know what he was doing. I just know he was. I asked him, "What are you doing one day?" He's like, "I'm watching people play video games." I'm like, "You're watching people? I don't what?" And then I called Joan the other day, and she said, "Guess what I'm doing?" So just explain this a little bit to us, because I want to understand a little bit more. It's just amazing. I love it.
It's a very bizarre thing. I don't technically understand why everybody likes to do it, but it's fun to play games, and it's fun to communicate with other people while I do it. Mm-hmm. So I started Twitch TV about maybe 3 weeks ago, and I've already gained 140 some odd followers, which is crazy to me. And people get on, they email me, they ask me what I'm going to play next. I just started playing a new MMO called WildStar, which is hugely popular on that site. And it's just really fun to get out there and meet people. And this is a new way for me to meet people also that are interested in cosplay. Mm-hmm. So it's more of the same people in the same community that I'm meeting anyway via the internet. And I might meet some of these people at some of the conventions I go to, which is interesting as well.
So remember the name Joan Keesey and what she does. So, with all of this, you have learned so much. And I really want to emphasize this, because there's so much more involved, when you decide to go out and do something and step out of your comfort zone. You end up bringing in a whole new skill set that you weren't anticipating. So I know with the cosplay stuff, you have started to really branch out in other ways of that, just in your skill set and other things you've tried doing that you're just like, wow. So like with the tailoring and the making the costumes, I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's neat stuff that I get to learn to do that I didn't necessarily know how to do very well prior to. I mean, I knew how to basically sew, like I could put a patch on some clothing or add some buttons, but I didn't really get into the nitty-gritty of it until the last 2 years. And again, now I'm actually working with something called Warbla, which is a thermoplastic. And it's pretty interesting because it looks like cardboard, and then you heat it with a heat gun, it melts down and becomes very malleable, and then I form it into armor pieces and interesting things like that. And then I get to meet these awesome people that have similar interests. And then I get to go to conventions. Actually, I just got asked a week ago to be a cosplay judge at a CeliaCon next year, which is pretty cool. So I'm getting these opportunities out of something that I used to be ashamed of, and it's blown my mind. And I'm encouraged to let other people know that maybe your interest is not the same as mine. I know that cosplay is not for everybody, but try it. Like, no matter what it is, no matter how ashamed you might be of it, it could turn into something that actually becomes a passion, or is already a passion, that turns into something that you can make a tangible thing that you can actually do.
Oh my gosh, that is I just love the way she says that. I could not say that better myself. And the finding opportunities and doing something that you might have been initially ashamed of. Did you guys hear that? That is probably one of the most powerful statements I've heard to date. Finding opportunities and doing something that you were once ashamed of doing. I myself, I can sort of relate to this story with Joan. And I think I've shared this on the show when I did my initial shows, that I used to teach exotic dancing, and I did chair dancing, like the chair you sit in, and exotic dance workshops. And when I first decided to do this, I was working in my corporate job, and I had to fly out to Philadelphia to do it, pay all this money, and I was really scared to tell people, because I'm like, people are going to be like, you're going to learn how to teach exotic dancing? Like, what is that? You're going to become a stripper? We don't understand what you mean. And I was terrified. I mean, I was going to do it anyways, but I really didn't want to tell anyone. And I remember the first person I told was a coworker, and I asked, should I do it? And she goes, why is this a question? Why? I don't understand what you're saying to me. Of course you should do it. Why are you even considering this? You should have bought your plane ticket already. This is something you're going to do. You're going to do this. And when I first told my family, there was a little bit of explanation that had to go with it, because they were like, you're leaving your, what are you doing? But, you know, and there were some instances with people who didn't quite understand what it was and thought I was deciding to go become a stripper in a club. But ultimately, that didn't matter. And the people who really were there for me supported me. And you really sort of find out who your real supporters are and who are maybe not totally there for you. And from that decision, and what Joan said is the opportunities that come from that. I mean, my whole life changed because I did this. I discovered who I was as a person and what my talents were. And now I have a business that's based off the principles of what I discovered within myself, taking the step to do exotic dancing. So this can be life-changing. It could open doors that you never imagined. So I really encourage you to sit down and take a lot of what she's saying to heart and think about how that applies to those things in life that you're scared of doing right now and what it's going to mean for you to actually go out and do it. So what in all of this, and I know we've touched on this, but I sort of want to highlight it so people can understand where you're coming from this and relate it to the struggle they're going through. What really has been deep down your biggest struggle or barrier with this?
For me, it's really just kind of being afraid of what people will think. It's something that I enjoy. It's not something that most people are probably into. But for the people that are in my life and that care about me, they support me 100%. My mom is shockingly, I didn't know what she would think, and she thinks it's the coolest thing in the whole world. And my husband's been wonderful through this whole process, like learning different techniques with me, learning how to use different materials, how to design different costumes, coming up with costume ideas. And I actually have recently just started owning it, and it's been interesting. And I actually went to a networking event last week, and it said company name, and I currently don't work. I do 100% with my cosplay and then school, and that's all I'm doing right now. So I said, well, I don't really have a company, and then I realized, wait, no, I do. And I wrote Keesey Cosplay on it, and it's the most gratifying and satisfying feeling in the whole world.
Oh, I love that. And Keesey, that's Keesey. Did I get that right? Yes. So it's Joan, Joan. Are you writing this down? Okay, go get a piece of paper. Okay, now write it down. Joankeesey. I mean, you want to remember that name because you're going to be hearing it later, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, I heard on the radio." So, and that, you know, she mentioned something again that I want to highlight about Joan. Is she said she went to a networking event. Now, Joan, a year ago, were you out networking?
No.
And you are now.
Yes.
And so what does that mean for you also to be out there and sort of getting out into your community in that aspect?
It's been interesting. It's, again, me doing something that I was afraid to do has given me the courage to do things that I should be doing, like networking. Since I'm getting my MBA, I am looking for work in marketing somewhere. And the best way to get to know people is to go to networking events. And prior to cosplay, I would have never even dreamed to leave the house to do it. And now that I have the courage from different costumes and different things where people could reject the costume, now I realize that it's not so scary to meet people that you don't know. Especially at networking events, everybody's usually pretty talkative and nice, and it's been interesting.
You know, she said, we emphasize both of us the opportunities, and some of you might be thinking, what does that mean? Well, for her, you know, just getting out networking has been huge for her, and just getting out there and saying, I'm going to go tell the world who I am. That's one of those opportunities that's come from what she's doing, and that's going to lead to even more opportunities. And for all of you out there who are listening, who are looking for a rock star, 5-star marketer who's creative, who thinks outside of the box, who is caring, who has a heart of gold, I'm just saying, you just met her. the job search is over. She's right here. So you definitely need to give her a call. So how can people get a hold of you, Joan?
Sure. It's Keesey Cosplay, KeeSeyCosplay @gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook. And if you are interested in games, it's twitch.tv/Brilana. It's BRILANNA.
And the Facebook is Keesey Cosplay. So
Yes.
go to Facebook and search Keesey Cosplay. So really quick, just share with them some of the stuff coming up, and then we'll final little in the show.
All right. My next convention is actually coming up this weekend, June 6th through 8th at the Hilton Anatole in Dallas. It's for ACON 25. The next one after that is Anime Fest, which is August 15th through the 18th at the Sheraton in Dallas. And then I'm actually a cosplay guest at some of my friends' convention called AceliaCon, March 20th to the 22nd, and that's actually at the Hilton Garden Inn, DFW Airport. And it's a Tales convention, so anybody that likes Tales games are going to love that convention because that's what it revolves around. So,
Yes. Yay! So check out the upcoming events. Keesey Cosplay on Facebook, Keesey Cosplay at Gmail, Twitch TV. Is that a backslash? Backslash Marijuana. And of course, there's me. Get a hold of me. Visit my website, empowerveryday.com. You are all welcome to apply for free power session with me. Go to POWER@empowerveryday.com. Tell me your name, phone number, and what struggle you're looking to move past right now, what's challenging you, and how you want to break out like Joan has broken out. So thank you for listening, and remember, you so got this.